The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Kamar Williams will now be presiding over this meeting. As we begin, I'd like to review a few housekeeping items for remote participation. Public comment will be solicited during each actionable agenda item. Once I ask for public comment on an item, please click Raise Hand in GoToWebinar in order to make public comment. Before being individually identified, all members of the public will be muted. Village staff will announce the speaker by stating their name and unmute their audio to allow up to 3 minutes of public comment. When called, please state your name and address for the record and proceed with your comment, speaking clearly during your allotted time. Do not use chat or question function in GoToWebinar, as these functions will not be monitored during this meeting, and please limit all background noise to pretty much the limited extent possible. With that being said, I call this Planning and Zoning Commission for Tuesday, June 24th, 2025 to order. First, let's have Commissioner Derry lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Derry. Alicia, would you like to do a roll call for us?
To have you here tonight. We're going to start roll call with Chairman Kamar Williams.
Present.
Vice Chairwoman Kara Derry.
Present.
Commissioner David Leland.
Here.
Commissioner Lauren McClellan.
Present.
Commissioner Andrew Alba.
Here.
Christopher Butler, alternate 1. And Edward Patterson, alternate 2. Thank you. That'll be all.
Thank you, Alicia. First item on is the approval for minutes for the April 22nd Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. Do I have a motion? Motion by Commissioner Alba. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner McClellan. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Now on to our items for discussion. The first application we have is application number 25-032 AAR, I Think Financial Signage. The applicant, Signarama USA, on behalf of Colonial Holdings LLC, is requesting architectural approval to install a new monument sign and new wall signage on an existing building for property located at 11317 Okeechobee Boulevard. Do we have the applicant present? All right, please make your way to the podium. And I pass over to Mitty.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Could you state your name for the record? Is that light on in front of you on the microphone?
Okay.
Thank you.
Alyssa Farrington.
This is a quasi-judicial hearing, so I'm going to swear you in. I'll also swear in village staff at the same time. If you could raise your right hand for me. Do you both swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. And I'll turn back to the Planning and Zoning Commission for any ex parte disclosures.
No.
Thank you.
All right, Josie, you have the floor.
Good evening, Joseph Ledger for the record, Planning and Zoning, application 25-032 AR. The applicant is requesting architectural approval to install a new monument sign face and new wall signage on the existing building. Property is located at 11317 Okeechobee Boulevard. This slide illustrates the proposed signage on the east and south elevation of the building. This slide illustrates the proposed monument sign face change that now says, I Think Financial ATM. Staff is recommending approval of application number 25-032 AAR as submitted. This concludes my presentation. Thank you.
All right, Mrs. Farrington, do you have a presentation for us?
You didn't know there was a test tonight.
Just a test.
I just understood the assignment, but
All
no.
right, do we have any commissioner comments?
No.
No? All right, do we have any public comment? All right, I'm sorry. All right, and nothing online?
No.
All right, do I have a motion on this item?
Move approval application number 25-03 AAR.
Approval by Commissioner McClellan. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Yuri. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Congratulations.
So you were saved.
You as well, thank you. like it. Yeah. Give it a try. Have a good one. All right, next item is application number 25-054 AAR, Bush Brothers Signage. The applicant, Signarama West Palm, on behalf of RP Logistics LLC, is requesting architectural approval to install new wall signage on an existing building for property located at 100 Aldi Way, Suite 600. Do we have an applicant present? Please make your way to the podium. Pass over to Mitty.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Your name for the record, sir?
Gil Strella, Gil Media, Signarama.
Thank you. Could you raise your right hand for me? This is also a quasi-judicial hearing. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. I'll turn back to the commission for any ex parte disclosures on this item.
None.
Thank you.
Josie, you have the floor again.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Application 25-054 AAR. The applicant is requesting architectural approval to install a new wall sign on an existing building. The property is located at 100 Aldi Way, Suite 600. This slide illustrates the existing and proposed sign on the building facade. Staff is recommending approval of application number 25-054 AAR as submitted. This concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Josie. Sir, do you have a presentation for us?
I have nothing, sample letter if you need to see it. It's self-explanatory.
Okay. Do we have any commissioner comments? No comments? Anyone from the public? Anyone online?
No, sir.
All right. Do we have a motion on this item?
I'll make a motion to approve application number 25-054 AAR.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Derry. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Leland. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried 5-0. Congratulations,
Board.
sir. All right, the next item we have is application number 25-050 SE, Shanghai Foot Spa and Massage. The applicant, Shanghai Foot and Massage, Inc., on behalf of Victoria Shops LLC, is requesting special exemption use approval to allow for state license to massage therapist establishment with the general commercial zoning district for a property located at 129 South State Road 7, Suite 403B. Do we have an applicant present? Yes. Sir, can you please make your way up to the podium? Turn over to you, Mitty.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Can you state your name for the record, sir?
Yes, Penlin Lu.
Okay. This is also a quasi-judicial item. Could you raise your right hand for me and I'll swear
Yes.
you in? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. And I'll turn back to the commission for any ex parte disclosures on this item.
No.
Thank you.
Back to you, Joseph.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Application 25-050 SE. The applicant is requesting special exception use approval to allow for a state licensed massage therapist establishment within the general commercial zoning district. The property is located at 129 South State Road 7, US 441, as shown on your slide. Pursuant to the applicant's justification statement, the spa has operated for over 10 years without violating any applicable development regulations. The applicant inserts that the business will continue to comply with all local codes and ordinances while serving the community needs in a professional and responsible manner. And reviewing the proposed special exception application, village staff considered compatibility with adjacent land use, consistency with the village comprehensive plan, and conformance with the development standards for the general commercial zoning district. More specifically, whether the standards of the village comprehensive plan are adhered to, whether the special exception complies with all applicable development regulations of the village code, does not have any adverse environmental impact, whether the proposed special exception does not have any adverse vehicular or pedestrian traffic impacts, does not have an adverse impact upon public facilities, does not have adverse impacts on adjacent properties, and the proposed special exception is compatible with the character and living conditions of the existing neighborhood. The proposed special exception does not have an adverse impact on property values in adjacent areas, is not a deterrent to the improvement or development of adjacent properties, that the proposed special exception will not seriously reduce the quality or quantity of light and air available to adjacent properties, which cannot be prevented by the imposition of conditions. There are other conditions of approval associated with the applications, but I just want to read those site-specific conditions on the record. Condition A, the special exception use approval shall become null and void should the operator cease operations at this location. B, the establishment shall take at least the last customer no later than 8 p.m. and shall be closed to the public no later than 9 p.m. nightly. Condition C, windows within Suite 403B shall not be tinted or blacked out. Visibility shall be maintained into the suite utilized for massage therapy at all times. And reviewing the proposed special exception use, the application staff has determined that the proposed special exception conforms with Village Code. Staff requests a recommendation of approval be submitted to the Village Council regarding application number 25-050 SE and resolution number 25-15. This concludes my presentation. I'll be glad to answer any questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Do you have a presentation, sir?
I don't have a presentation, but I'm happy to answer all your concern, and we're proud to serve our community. Thank you.
Commissioner comments? Anyone? Yeah, I do have one out of curiosity. So as a business been operating for 10 years plus, what prompted this?
So as you can see, as part of this conditions of approval, it is customary for the village to have conditions of approval that if any special exception uses cease to exist or the operation stops or changing hands, they're required to go back in front of the board because sometimes intensity can change. The size of the business can change, so we want the board to have the opportunity to weigh on those matters. So.
Okay.
Just to add, if I may, Mr. Chair, to add to that, there was a change on their end, and he may be able to speak to that in terms of transfer from, I think, one family member to another that necessitated a change to the license. So that's why they're before you.
Is that correct, sir?
Oh, yeah, yes, sorry.
Do we any more commissioner comments?
Just out of curiosity, what's HyperServe? Is it any sort of physical therapy, things like that, to help out people with treatment?
No, we're not physical therapy. We just do like regular massage, and we do like full reflexology and the full body massage, and everyone is state licensed therapy.
Okay, the treatment of the feet and that type of thing.
Sorry, I'm not.
There was a health place I worked at where they had therapy where they would treat people with pain using their feet by pressing on the feet.
Oh yeah, so we're using sort of like Chinese technology, like the trigger points, like it's like sort of like help like blood circulation. But however, I'm not the licensed massage therapist. So if you have that sort of question, I would like to bring one of my manager. He's a state licensed therapist, so he's probably have more knowledge than me.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Do we have any public comment? Anyone online?
No, sir.
Close the floor to public comment. Do I have a motion on this item?
I'll make a motion to approve application number 25-050.
I have a motion to approve from Commissioner Derry. Do I have a second?
Second.
And second by Commissioner McKellen. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Congratulations, sir. All right, our next item, application number 25-027 SPM AAR for Total Pod 3 Mail Pavilion, Rec Area, and Site Data. The applicant, Urban Design Studio, on behalf of Southern Boulevard Villas LLC, is requesting a major site plan modification and architectural approval in order to modify the previously approved site plan to add a male pavilion, revise the recreation area, and update site parking data for a property located on Southern Boulevard, approximately 0.27 miles west of State Road 7. And Lindsay, I see you pass over to Mitty.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You know the drill, sir. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And your name for the record, just so the record is clear?
Lindsay Jean-Louis.
Thank you. And I'll turn back to the Planning and Zoning Commission for any ex parte disclosures. Thank you.
All right, pass it over to you, Josu.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Application 25-027, SBMAAR. The applicant is seeking a major site plan modification and architectural approval in order to modify the previously approved site plan to add 2 male pavilions, revise the recreational areas, and update parking site data for property located on Southern Boulevard, approximately 0.27 miles west of State Road 7, US 441. A little bit of history on this property. The property received site plan approval and architectural approval for multifamily residential development with 318 units. The property is approximately 23.9 acres. 13 apartment buildings, architectural approval for the landscape plan, building design, and color and materials was approved by Village Council on May 16, 2019 through resolution number 19-16, also subsequently extended through resolution number 22-42. This slide illustrates the proposed site data that is being affected by this application. This slide illustrates the proposed site plan with the affected areas highlighted. The 2 male pavilion, I'm not sure if you can see my cursor, is located to the southwest portion, and the other one to the more central or northeastern portion of the property. This slide illustrates the proposed male kiosk pavilions. Overall, the proposed site plan is in conformance with the village requirements for multifamily residential RM14 zoning district. Staff requests a recommendation of approval of application number 25-027, SPMAAR, and resolution number 25-14 be submitted to Village Council. This concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Do we have, Lindsay, do you have a presentation for us?
I have a presentation prepared, but Josu covered everything. Again, this was just as we've been coordinating, going through the building permit process and dealing with USPS, their recent policy doesn't allow you to have a mail pickup in each building anymore. So this is a result of that recent policy.
Understand. Any commissioner comments? All right, any public comments? Anyone online?
No, sir.
All right, close the floor to public comment. Do I have a motion on this item?
Move approval application number 25-027 SPMAAR.
A motion to approve by Commissioner McKellen. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Commissioner Alba. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Congratulations,
Thank you.
sir.
Have a great evening, everyone.
Flying through. All right, the last item we have is street reassignment Crestwood. Recommendation to the Village Council regarding adoption of resolution number 25-18, a resolution of the Village Council of the Village of Royal Palm Beach, Florida, supporting the renaming of a portion of Crestwood Boulevard, south of Okeechobee, to Cocoa Plum Lane within the corporate limits of the Village of Royal Palm Beach to Virginia C. Baker Boulevard, providing an effective date and for other purposes.
I'll take this one. Josu is looking like quizzically. This one's a bit of a brain teaser. I have not seen one of these come before this body or the council yet, so this is a new one for me. But this is a request actually originating from the county. You all know the name, Virginia Baker. She was the former county administrator. She retired as of the end of May. The request is to rename a portion of Crestwood Boulevard from the streets that the chairman just listed there to her name. The reason this is before you is there's a village policy that requires Planning and Zoning Commission recommendation before any designation or name change occurs and proceeds to public hearing at the council. So this is before you for recommendation. We do need to take public comment on this. There's a few folks in the audience, but in terms of, it's not a quasi-judicial item, it's a legislative matter. So you can have discussion, but then before you motion, if we could take public comment on that, and I'll answer any questions you have, but it's pretty simple. The resolution authorizes the renaming of that portion. I think the village manager told me that Crestwood already changes names 4 times. So this, maybe it's 3 and this would be the 4th, but there are multiple iterations along Crestwood. And again, it's the limited span between down to Cocoa Plum, south of Okeechobee. So it's a very discrete area that we renamed. So with that, I'll stop and answer any questions that you have.
Any comments, commissioners?
Just curious, is it a city road or a county road?
Crestwood is a village road. It is located within the village of Royal Palm Beach. So we have to give the okay. The one thing I should also tell you is that there are no addresses on the road, on this portion of road that's being renamed, so nobody's postal service gets affected. There's no addressed parcels there.
I guess I'll move to public comment. Anyone in person? Do we have anyone online?
No, sir.
All right, so I guess we move to a motion. Do I have a motion on the floor?
I'll make a motion that we accept the street reassignment for Crestwood, recommendation number 25-18.
Motion to approval by Commissioner Leland. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Deary. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0. All right. With all that, I guess we are done for today. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'm sorry?
I said so moved.
I moved. All right. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. We are all in favor? All right, and none opposed. So our next meeting is going to be Tuesday, July 2025. See you guys then.